Welcome to what many call the original Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, where the crowd is rocking in anticipation of the showdown we have in store. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. So NC State will have some work to do after that short return. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Bob.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Finds his big tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
On third down, he drops the throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
So the Clemson Tigers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
That's so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses the 45. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. They go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. To the ground. He's got it again.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They stop him right on the edge of the red zone. A pickup of 5 to the 20.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Hard-hitting tackle.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They keep pushing forward down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Straight ahead. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
Looking to throw, it's Whitaker. Lets it fly. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on down.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on 4th down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those types of situations. That's the kind of play that could lose you this game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Gives them a little more breathing room, a 3-yard gain out to the 7. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for them.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. It's Whitaker. Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Stands in and takes the hit. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
The quarterback had no shot on that play. He had a defender bearing down on him. He knew he was going to get hit. I think he should have just thrown that thing out of bounds. He's lucky that wasn't picked throwing into double coverage.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Bottled him up. Not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. How about these 2 running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on 1st down.
Out of the gun to give to the back. At the 35, he's loose. Discards him with the stiff arm. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Man, that is so tough. When you play defense, you get your eyes on your keys and you got to read them, but sometimes they lie to you. You could see the little misdirection by this offense, fooled the defense, created some space. The offense took advantage and made a huge play.
Used the play fake, now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking to throw, it's Whitaker. Gets it out fast. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. 4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. They're going back to the ground. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. We'll see if they go back to the run here on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Going for the big play. Catch inside the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped.
Well, there's no mystery who they're throwing the football to, but defenses still can't find a way to cover this guy. With that last catch, he now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the season.
The give out of the gun. Pushing ahead, a tough run. Picks up 4. It's down at the 15. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They move the tight end all over. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Clemson will come to the line with a 1st and goal.
42 Spider.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 2nd and goal coming up. Quick pass on the jet motion. Give him 6. Touchdown, Tigers. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner is stopped. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll throw it on first down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
Brings up 2nd down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. From the gun, running back on the move. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. He wants to throw it. Got his man quickly. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Going with the counter play here. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Complete downfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They get him down after he makes the catch.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver in the middle of the field.
Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. From the gun on third down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Let's see what he can do with the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous.
He'll take the deep shot. Makes the catch, and a huge play on the left side. Touchdown, Clemson. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Well, this guy certainly, from a statistical standpoint, has done everything to deserve a trip to New York City. He has been a big playmaker week in, week out for this offense. Get this, that last touchdown was his 20th touchdown catch of the season. This guy has been unstoppable.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Alabama has the lead right now, but this tied crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet here inside Bryant-Denny. They're up by a field goal over Missouri. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Fires to the big fella. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
He wants to throw here on second down. Quick strike complete. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Caught near the sideline. It's Wilcox. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Looking at a second and short now. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking to throw for it. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. He wants to throw. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Tigers. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Power football with the run. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. The give to the back. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. A very conservative approach here, just taking the knee and heading to the locker room. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense.
With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Scanning the field, it's Whitaker. Pocket starts to collapse. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pulls it in on the left. Oh, look out, there he goes. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Ooh, the defense so lucky that was not a touchdown. The offense saw an opportunity to take a chance and take a shot, and they executed that play beautifully.
The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. Quarterback sneak wedging himself into the line.
Well, they try to go quarterback sneak, and I know to a lot of people that's a play we all take for granted. Like, it always works. Quarterback sneaks are designed to get just 1 inch. Somehow you've got to come up and do it. But the defense there, David, they bowed up and stopped them.
Did a great job. Listen, everybody knows what's coming. You know it's a quarterback sneak. It's still hard as heck to stop, but nice job by the defensive lineman. Get off the football. Don't allow them to go backwards. Don't push you backward.
Touchdown, Clemson! And the pummeling has started. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Line gets set, first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Now on the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I'll tell you, this is a hard defense to run against if you're going to go sideline to sideline because of that guy's speed at linebacker. He can get all the way to the perimeter, chase the quarterback down on the option, and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Impressive.
On second down, wants to throw it. What a snag by the defense. Taking it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
First and goal, Tigers.
Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. A first down run in the red zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D.
2-9 Philly.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's a great stop by this defense. 2nd down and goal, getting a lost yardage play, now putting your defense in a better position for 3rd down.
Quarterback will audible. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Now improvising. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And the offense, man, he couldn't find anybody open. Like, somebody's got to create some separation, or what do I do? How do I throw a jump ball to one of my big receivers out wide that can go up and dunk on somebody's head and catch the football? Maybe find my big playmakers and try to force them the ball down here in the red zone.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Alabama has a lead currently, but they've been in a dogfight all day today and haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 10 over Missouri. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. They're working that left side. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
He'll keep it himself. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
It'll fall incomplete. A little creativity on first down, but it doesn't work. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. That's reeled in. It's Wilcox. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Goes to the option. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the...
And he's running in the open. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, a quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Running back error. He's tackled at the 36-yard line. Second down coming up.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Throws to the back. And it's incomplete. He was trying to hit his man on the left sideline.
That is one when they watch film next week that receiver is going to wish he had back. That quarterback had all day to throw the football. That was basically 7-on-7. There was no one near the QB. Receiver's got to make the catch.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on third down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And the pass falls incomplete, and we have played 3 quarters. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Yeah, and you see some quarterbacks who hesitate to throw the ball over the middle. I love it when you attack the whole field. And the middle of the field and being able to throw over linebackers and between safeties is a big skill. But show that defense. You will attack everywhere.
And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively? Try to have success on 3rd down.
This defense has been lights out, stubborn on the doorstep. Can the offense finally find the end zone? They're trying to get to it. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in a run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion. 1st down here for the offense. Here's the handoff. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
They'll try to get the edge on the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Here comes Clemson with another 1st down. Quarterback checking off. They'll throw it on 1st down. He tries to take the top off. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Give to the back. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 30. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, going up top. He wants to go deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And the incompletion brings up a second down. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. How about that heads-up play? You're coming out of the backfield, and all of a sudden the ball's in your breadbasket.
Yeah, how about that? Just seeing the ball tipped up, deflected in the air. The running back's like, all right, I'll take it. I'll make the catch. That goes down in the stat book as a catch.
Quarterback extends the play. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes. They do it with...
And he throws another interception, his third of the night. Takes it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Operating in the red zone here on second down.
3:25.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easier. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
They'll try to run for it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Right on target the first time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out. Smashes it between the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They're going to throw it to start the drive. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Excellent field position here for the offense. They want to run this quarterback. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Second down coming up. They'll try the right side. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. He got it. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. He's going to pass. Soft spot in the middle. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Looking to move it through the air. On the run, fires downfield. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
Well, that's the 2nd pick in as many series now for this quarterback. But, David, I love the defense right now, the way they're reading and reacting to all these route concepts. I mean, they are all over these guys on the back end.
All over the field, making plays. Listen, you're supposed to see the quarterback break on the football. You've seen several breaks on the football. Your job is to know what the offense does really, really well, and you can tell this defense is dialed in, and they know exactly what this offense wants to accomplish.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Steps out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's taking the shot. He's got it inside the 15. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he puts through the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Offense set on 1st down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Trying to get to it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. And you could tell the clock went off, and he was throwing that puppy away.
Release to the back. This time he's got his man. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. One more play to pad the stats. Going up top on 1st down. He wants a big play here late. Goes right through his hands, falls to the ground, and they have also dropped this game as the clock strikes 0. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.